What's going on? Big A coming at you with another video, and it's almost been a week now since DC have decided to kill the Justice League in April. So what I wanted to do is take a look at some of the reactions to it on Instagram, because I first saw it on the IGN Instagram page and people have reacted to it. So let's see what some of their reactions are. First up, we've got Boss Logic, who you may know from, doing various kind of photoshops on Instagram. That's how he became popular, of various characters. Like it was him who did the Photoshop of Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano, which then ended up getting her cast in The Mandalorian as Ahsoka Tano and stuff like that. But his response was this: June be like, and they're back. Which is just true, because this isn't an idea as such. This is something that's been done before. Comic book deaths, they don't mean anything anymore. There's no meaning to them. They don't matter, because in X amount of time the character will be magically back from the dead anyway. And this even happens in TV shows to some extent. They'll kill off a character and then seconds later they'll find a way to bring him back, therefore taking away all suspense, all worry, all investment that you had in that character up until their death have taken place, because they've got some form of, well, I guess, plot resurrection. So they're back. And then, yeah, this is going to happen in the comics as well for sure. He's completely right there. Another person says WB already did it, which is throwing shade at the fact that the DCEU, or the Snyderverse DCEU, kind of doesn't exist anymore, and which is a shame really, because people love Henry Cavill as Superman. In fact, people love Henry Cavill full stop. Some people like the Justice League, for example, and Wonder Woman and the things that they'd set up, and don't want to see it disappear. They want to see it built upon. But for some reason, WB, it looks like they're kind of going away from that stuff, are in fact wanting to kind of, well, replace Superman and Batman with Batgirl and Supergirl, because they just think you can swap out characters and everyone will be fine. But, being a fan, as we know, you can't just swap characters out for other characters who are similar and have people like it the same. It just doesn't work in that. There's an investment there that we have in the characters, and I think some of the people at WB don't understand that. But yeah, that's completely right. WB has already done that in the movies, or trying to, so may as well do it in the comics as well, I guess. There's another comment that I saw here as well, which is, hasn't this happened multiple times already? Yeah, it has. It's not a new idea. That, man, if I was a comic book writer, coming up with new ideas would be my favorite thing, because you can let your imagination run wild. This to me is not imagination running wild. This to me is just kind of doing something for the shock value to get everyone to buy it, but it's never gonna be, it's never really gonna mean anything. So why don't you just do something more creative, something that's not been done before, or reinvent a good idea, or try and do one of the ideas that didn't quite work and do it better? I don't know why they don't go for that. And another comment says they also plan to bring back every member, so what's the point? Which is essentially what I'm saying in this whole video. What is the point in killing the Justice League when you know you're going to bring them back anyway? You know everyone's going to be upset. Are DC going back to, like, what, 2015, when Marvel tried to replace, all of their kind of old school heroes with, cut and paste new replacements for every single one of them? Why are they trying to do that? It didn't work out well for Marvel. People whinged about it. They had to bring those characters, the old characters, back, because people didn't like the new ones. You can't just take out and slot in whatever you want and expect people to be happy with it, because they won't be. This is one of those hobbies that people spend their money on, and they want to be spending their money on the characters that they like. So if you take those characters away and say, this new character is that character who's taken up the mantle, that's fine, but replacing them in, like, their core teams and their core book and stuff like that, people aren't into that. I think you can have all these other characters that you want to do and kind of have them in their own books, but don't kind of, like, just slot one out, kill one off, put a new one in, and expect people to like it, because that's not going to be the case. Or maybe they're doing this because they know it's going to generate some form of press. Who knows? But the general consensus, from what I can see, is that people aren't really into the idea. Yes, I know I've only read like 4 comments out of the however many hundreds that I've replied, but yeah, it doesn't look like people are really into the idea or find it original or interesting. I'll even try and find one positive one. No, I actually can't find a positive one. The last one I can see on here, well, the last one I'm going to read even, is I loved DC. Not anymore. Wow, that's quite a response. Anyway, let me know as to what you think of the Justice League being killed off by DC Comics, as to whether you think it's a good idea or not. Do all the things. As always, stick around and watch another video.